Hi guys, welcome to our first online module. This is our online module that deals with shopping and spending. And the subject of this online module, this is an experiential learning exercise where you'll actually go out and visit some retailers in the coming days and record some of your observations. So let me back up and kind of explain what this is about. So shopping and spending. There's an article that I'd like you to read in the online module folder, and then there's a short video as well. And there's zillions of videos just like that out there as well. So one of the fundamental tenets of retailing, and we'll be talking a lot about fundamental tenets, and these are things that are like cardinal rules, like the sun rises in the east and this happens in retail. One of those things is when people spend more time in a retail store, they will spend more money. It's just something that just happens. So retailers, in addition to trying to make the shopping experience a pleasant experience, are also putting a lot of money, time, and effort into figuring out ways to get people to stay in the store longer. And there's a zillion tricks that retailers use, okay? So some of the things that retailers use these days, and I'll give you some examples. So if you go into, for example, a Target store, and I love talking about Target. Target is a cool retailer. They're kind of facing a little bit of trouble, and we'll be reading some articles about Target. But if you go into a Target store, think about Target versus Walmart, and we'll be doing a lot of comparisons of those two specific retailers. When you go into a Target store, it has a certain feel, a certain vibe to it. It has the Target red kind of all over the store, and the displays are neat. One thing that Target has invested money in is making their aisles wider, okay? And in fact, Target aisles are about 50% wider than Walmart aisles are. Walmart's strategy is to have narrow aisles because they need more space to stuff more merchandise into their store. Target doesn't. Target has chosen a strategy that relies more on a very pleasant store experience, in-store experience, and they don't need to put as much merchandise on the store. Why do they do that? They're placing a bet because when aisles are wider, okay, people slow down, physically slow down because you feel more comfortable. You don't feel crowded. When aisles are narrow, like in Walmart, people speed up because you're crowded and you kind of want to get out of there. Okay, so Target strategy is very different than Walmart strategy in this regard, in that they've done a lot of things to get people to slow down while they're in the store. And if people slow down in the store while they're shopping, they will spend more money. So there's a lot of tricks that retailers use. Wide aisles is one of them. Target also has Starbucks in most of their stores. Why? Because people stop and get a Starbucks and they like it. It tastes yummy and they feel happy and they tend to slow down. That relaxes people. And when people are relaxed, they'll physically walk slower and look at more stuff and pick up stuff that they didn't plan on buying. So think about grocery stores as well. Grocery stores are the masters, and grocery stores are under immense pressure today, particularly with with the Walmart supercenters rolling out in the past decade, and then very recently with Amazon's big move into purchasing Whole Foods and immediately dropping the prices, which I think I read today or a couple of days ago that's what they're going to start doing. And we'll talk about that in class. But if you go into a grocery store, Schnucks or Deerbergs or Shop and Save or whatever it may be. What are some of the most common things that people buy? Okay, think about that. And I would say that one of those things probably would be milk, eggs, butter, that kind of stuff. Okay, where is milk in a grocery store? And if you think about that, almost invariably milk will be physically the farthest away from the main entrance to the grocery store. And why is that? Do grocery stores want to make your life inconvenient and make you walk more? No. Grocery stores actually, there's a plan behind this because as you're walking back to the far corner of the store to get your milk, odds are you're going to be passing things that you forgot you needed or that look good or that you want to try for the first time. And invariably, very few people walk into a grocery store with the intent of purchasing milk and walk out with just milk. And that's the whole point, okay? So grocery stores do a lot of other things as well. They've invested heavily into making the stores a sensory experience. Okay, so you walk into the grocery store and almost invariably there will be some kind of floral display, or the floral department or fresh vegetables will be right there near the front of the door. Why? Because that activates your senses. You go in and you're hit with all of these fresh smells. That will relax you. That will begin to slow you down. Grocery stores have also invested in very expensive display fixtures such as gondolas, and we'll talk more about those when we get to store design. And gondolas are fixtures of food that's laid out that you can walk around the fixture and look at things, okay? That tends to slow people down. So people will walk in, and rather than walking straight down an aisle to get a can of peas, they'll walk around a gondola looking at the fresh cheeses in the hopes, of course, that they'll pick something up. So grocery stores also in recent years have begun implementing a strategy of giving out free samples. Okay, so you go into a grocery store on the weekend. Oftentimes there'll be little mini chefs there at the end of aisles cooking things, sausages and pizzas and stuff. And the smells, and then you stop for the taste, and then you get some food in your tummy and you're happy, and then you start looking for the next little free sample thing, and you kind of work your way around, and you've got a cart and you're throwing stuff in the cart as you move along, and sure enough you walk out and spend $150. So again, it's all about the making the shopping experience a pleasant experience, but then also getting people to slow down. And the term for that is slow shopping. Okay. And again, contrast that with what retailers have done in recent years to make the shopping experience more convenient. And that's still important. Don't get me wrong. The self-checkouts and, the curbside pickup and home delivery, all of that's important. Okay. But for different reasons. One of the cardinal rules of retailing today is to get people to come to your store, which we'll talk about when we talk about retail location, the module 5, I think it is. And then get people to stay in the store once they're there, okay? And we'll talk a lot about that in terms of store design and merchandising strategy in later modules. So this assignment then over the next week, okay, you can go with a friend or go by yourself. This is an individual assignment, and I would like you to upload your findings to your individual student notebook. And that's that notebook where only you and I can see what's in there. So there's two documents. There is an instructions document. Read that document. That'll tell you what basically you need to do, and that basically you need to go out and visit a few stores and record how you think those retailers are trying to get you to stay in the store longer, okay? And it could be how items are displayed, or an interesting new type of product that's featured, or a video wall that's highlighting things, or some retailers are facilitating lots of mirrors, okay, interactive mirrors or selfie spaces, interactive touch screen things, everything that you think a retailer may be doing to get you to slow down while you're in the store and spend more time in the store. I want you to record at least a couple of those things. And then take some pictures too, okay? Because I'd like you to upload. You don't overdo it, okay? But take a few pictures, upload those to the same location. And then when you're done, there's a document that's called Assignment for Shopping and Spending. Bring that document up, fill it out. It's a Word document. Save it with your name as part of the title, and then upload it to your own personal folder. And again, make sure you read the article and make sure you watch that video, okay? So happy shopping. Hope you don't spend too much money, and we'll see you in class.